Years ago, I made the decision to move into an older apartment due to its affordability. The building, consisting of only 8 units, 4 on the ground floor and 4 above, had entrances opening up to the outside. My unit, located on the ground level at the far end, featured 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a living room, and a kitchen. The rent was a mere $400 a month, making it the only viable option for me at the time. Initially, the transition went smoothly, and I managed to furnish the space with the limited belongings I had. However, after 2 or 3 uneventful days, a peculiar incident occurred. One night, at around midnight, I was awakened by persistent knocking on my front door. Perplexed, I checked the clock and decided to investigate. When I turned on the light, the mysterious knocker walked away, and although I couldn't identify them, I assumed it was my landlord. Curiosity led me to the door, but by then, the person had vanished. Despite the odd encounter, I decided to dismiss it and return to bed. Little did I know that this would be the beginning of a series of unsettling events. The next night, I was once again roused from sleep, but this time, I couldn't pinpoint the source of disturbance. As I got up to investigate, a noise emanated from the kitchen area, hidden from my view. Tensions rose, and after a silent inquiry, someone suddenly emerged and bolted towards the front door, which confirmed my suspicions that it was the landlord. Concerned, I called the police, revealing the unauthorized intrusion. Subsequently, it was uncovered that the landlord was engaged in illicit activities, prompting all tenants to vacate, and the building changed ownership. Although details remained unclear, the incident prompted my hasty search for a new place. Despite the upheaval, it turned out to be a fortuitous move, escaping a living situation where the landlord could enter at will. Switching gears, I recall an incident from my adolescence around the age of 13, when my family moved to a new house due to my father's job change. The house had 2 floors and a basement, located in a neighborhood with other houses with a decent-sized front and backyard. Although not a big mansion, it accommodated our family of 5 comfortably, with 4 bedrooms upstairs and various living spaces on the main floor. Soon after settling in, a peculiar incident unfolded. While I was focused in a late-night video game session in the living room, I noticed someone passing by outside the window behind the TV. Curious, I investigated but found nothing weird in the backyard. Unsettled but not alarmed, I resumed my activities, only to hear a metal noise later on, indicating an attempt to open the back door. I immediately sought for help from my parents. We discovered a stranger running away, leaving marks on the door. Despite the scare, the intruder never returned, and we lived there without further incidents. Reflecting on another peculiar incident from a few years ago, I recalled moving into a new house. A 2-bedroom flat, the house was on 2 levels with a small front yard and backyard, providing a comfortable living space for me. However, on the very first night, my peace was disrupted by the sound of breaking glass coming from the kitchen window. Alarmed, I called the police, only to find that the window had been smashed, likely with a blunt object. Fortunately, the intruder had left without causing further harm, and the window was promptly replaced. Days later, the peace was stopped again by loud noises outside the kitchen. Investigating, I saw a woman attempting to break again the same window. Another call to the police revealed that she lived close to me and had a history of bizarre behavior. This incident brought me to remain vigilant, especially during the night, but thankfully, she never returned, and my time in that house concluded without further incidents. In another strange event from a few years back, I moved into an apartment building with 4 floors, each hosting several units. My new apartment, located on the 2nd floor at the end of a hallway, boasted 1 bedroom and a bathroom. Soon after moving in, I met a neighbor whose loud music disrupted my peace. Attempting to address the issue, I left a note on his door, but instead of resolution, I received an aggressive response with bad words. In an attempt to reconcile, I wrote a conciliatory note only to receive an invitation to their apartment at 9 p.m. Believing this was a nice way to apologize to me, I went to next apartment, only to find the IT in complete darkness. A mysterious voice invited me to enter, accompanied by disturbing music. I decided to not enter, and I reported the alarming incident to the apartment management, and I immediately moved to another unit on a different floor, avoiding any potential communication with the peculiar neighbor. These strange incidents, spanning over the years, have left me with a heightened sense of caution and a preference for living arrangements that prioritize safety and peace of mind.